Hi goddesses, so today I thought it might be fun to do a stash post. I'm often asked by you to do them, but to be honest they are really boring to put together because it involves getting your stash out, taking loads and loads of photos, then trying to remember which polish is in which photo. It's a bit dull, so I thought today I'd try and do one by video and see how that went. It might also give you a chance to learn a bit more about how a stash comes together, and also we might end up doing a little bit of de-stashing too. We'll have to see how we go. So what you're seeing today are most of my oranges. I divide my polishes by colour. There we go. I don't like dividing them by brand. If I want to do a mani, I'll tend to think I want an orange, a pink and a purple, not I want a Zoya, an OPI and a China Glaze. So that's why I split mine by colour. The only polishes that aren't in their little colour homes are the Barry M's, which have their own box, the Kikos, which have their own box, and the Hollows. Oh, and there's a box of textures as well. So today we're going to do just what lives in Orange Corner. So when I'm going through my stash, and particularly when I'm looking to de-stash, this is usually the first thing that I'll do. So I'll empty all the polishes out. And then I'll start to have a look at them. What I then probably start to do is group some together. So I'm already thinking, right, let's make myself a pile of orange glitters here, because they're very separate. Orange isn't particularly a good colour to show you this process with, because obviously if you're doing something like blue, it's much more important to do pale blues and dark blues separately. So let's just kind of turn most of them excuse me, the right way round so that we can see what we're dealing with. And any that look vaguely similar, I will usually start to put near each other. So we've got a bit of a coral corner, excuse me, going on up there. I've started Shimmer Town somewhere, but I can't think where. Okay. So where shall we start? Let's start with some pure oranges, shall we? Some that we know aren't dupes. So let me just set my camera down. Okay, so let's start off over here then. This is an OPI, and this is Orange You Glad It's Summer. So this is just one of their classic orange polishes. So if we go for kind of classic oranges, I've then got this Rimmel, which is called Orgasm. I use that not to do manis with, but to do nail art. We've then got this gorgeous China Glaze one, which is Style Wars, which is an older one and a bit of a classic. So let's put that over there. What else have we got going on? I've got a very cheap UK one there that, again, I would usually use that if I'm going to be splattering or doing something that takes up quite a lot of polish. Okay, so let's leave those ones for now, and then let's get started on some of the more browny ones, because I've got some browns. Well, they're not really browns, but brownish polishes that live in here as well. So this is a strange one by W7. This one is called Cosmic Latte, and it's a bit of a beigey, peachy, shimmery thing. I don't use it ever as a mani. It's a nail art polish. It's quite good when it comes to autumn. We have then got China Glaze Harvest Moon, which is a bronzy polish. Again, that would never be my choice for a mani, but again, good for nail art. Now this Essence one, I have actually used that as a mani because it is gorgeous, and I love their dumpy ickle buckles. And this is gorgeous bling bling. I've worn this a couple of times. It's a nice burnt orange but muted, and then it's got gold bits in it, so that's very nice. So let's put that over there. We've then got this fiery one. Look how amazing that is. So this one is an old OPI Black Label. Sometimes the old ones really are the best ones. And this is Lighten Up Your 2 Pence. Mwah. Really, really nice. I do like that one. I've used that for manis, and again I would use it for nail art. What else should we put over here? Let's put this one, another W7 one that I use for autumnal nail art. This is called Burnt Amber. We've also got a Zoya, which doesn't quite match all the others. This is Needy. She is very close to being a red, but not quite. Whoops, sorry, just not my light. And then, ugh, I really don't like these colours. They're just so poopy whoopy. But this is another Black Label, OPI and Apple Pie. I really don't know whether I'm going to keep this one or not. I've got quite a few polishes in this tub that really only get used once a year when I do autumn manis, which to me seems a huge waste. This is one of them. When I wore it as well, it just wasn't a me polish. So we might put that one over to the side, and we might destash it. Right, okay, let's pick some shimmery ones out now. So, no, that's not shimmery. Right, we have, this is quite famous, Fantasy Makers, a Wet n Wild one. This is called Creepy Pumpkin. Yes, which was from one of their Halloween ranges a couple of years ago. I keep it because the tombstone bottle's cool, and also this was one of those polishes I bought because I was new to being a polishaholic and you kind of had to have it. It's a syrupy, sparkly, amazing-y kind of polish. Too sheer to really wear on its own. You've got to wear about 5 layers to get it opaque, but it is gorgeous, so I keep that one. And then similar, well, actually, no, not at all similar. This is an orange, which I'm pretty sure was a gift from Claire's. This is a Starstruck collection polish, and this one's called Little Dipper. So this is a metallic orange. I tend to use this in nail art. Again, it's not really something I would wear as a mani on its own, but it's a really good accent, or to just tart up a mani a little bit. Right, let's pick this one out. So, come on, you know what that one is, don't you? No points for guessing. China Glaze Riveting. This is one of those annoying polishes for me. In the bottle, it's just pure flame. It's absolutely amazing. Every time I see somebody swatch it, I just purr with happiness. When I wear it, I don't get quite the same feeling. Maybe a skin tone thing. So I love it whenever I see it on others. And I can't bear to get rid of it because it really is the perfect orange, if you're looking for something that's not just a plain cream. But unfortunately, it doesn't suit me enough to wear it as a plain mani. Right, let's do this one. This is one you'll have seen on the blog recently, Love's on Fire by Naya's Desire. This is like as orange as you can get without using capital letters and exclamation marks. Super, super stunning. I did like this on its own, and I would wear it again on its own, but it'll be good for nail art too. Let's have a look. Let's do Man Glaze, shall we? Because they're always in a category of their own. I'd never get rid of any of them because they're spectacular. This one is Butt Taco. When I bought it, I did not know what that meant because I'm innocent. But this is a fabulous orange with shimmer in. It's a matte polish. It looks great. Also looks amazing when you put a glossy top coat on it. So that's that one. I'm just doing a little bit more rearranging and sifting off camera as well. Okay, let's do this one then. This is another polish that I love. Just one of those random ones you pick up along the way and utterly, utterly lose your heart to. So this is Hula by Hits. It's an orange flaky. It's gorgeous. I've worn this on its own a couple of times. This is one of those polishes that if in the summer you just want to wear something bright and happy, just pick it up and go. It's great. That was obviously when the Laro craze was at its height. Hits polishes were everywhere. Not quite so trendy now, but still good. Right, next I have, this needs a bit of a good shake. Right, this is another old OPI. It's not a black label, but this is Magnifico Mexico, and it's gorgeous. So this is orange with quite a dollop of brown in it. Let's get you a bit closer to the light just so you can see how special that is, and hopefully not see the crap in the background. So this has got lots and lots of special shimmer in it. I love this a lot, and again I would wear this as a mani and I would wear it as nail art. I've then got Call Me Gwenever. Right, when I started being a polishaholic, I hated oranges, absolutely hated them, mainly because they didn't match my skin tone. There were two polishes then that really unlocked the door for me. One of them was Barry M Block Orange, and then this was the second one, OPI Call Me Gwenever. This was a colour that I could never ever imagine myself loving, and I don't know why I bought it. But I must have seen somebody swatch it and thought it looked great, and it looks lovely on me, and I really love it. It's not an in-your-face orange, as you can see. It's quite muted. I suspect this is quite similar to a lot of Zoya's actually, but this is one of my favourites. And I'm just comparing here that it does look sufficiently different from Magnifico Mexico, and it does. It wants to roll in a particular direction, they bless it. Okay. This one, as you can see from the mess on the bottle, I've used this loads. This again is one of my favourite oranges. This is China Glaze Life Preserver, that's it, from one of their summer collections a couple of years ago. It's quite similar to Call Me Gwenever. Oh, I don't know if they're similar or the same, but Life Preserver is an art polish. I use this for nail art, so I can keep it. That's fine. I've then got an Essie one, Chubby Cheeks. So again, you can see I'm drawn to a lot of these off orange polishes that just seem to match my skin tone a bit better. Again, the worry is that too similar to Call Me Gwenever? I think it probably is, so that goes in the de-stash pile. I've then got an LACC one. I really like this brand. They're gorgeous, and this is a really unusual shade of orange. You've seen this before on the blog a couple of times. I used it for a Kipper Mani as well for Digital Dozen Book Week. Very unusual. I've not got anything quite like this, so I like that it's almost like a pastel burnt orange, and I love their logo, those angel wings as well. They're fabulous. And then this one, which I've just worn this week, this is by Ethereal Lacquer, and this is called Equinox. In fact, it's what's getting destroyed on my nails at the moment. Now this is a thermal, but thermals are very fussy, and I think the thermal elements of my polish have died away because it didn't change colour much on me. However, it's stunning, so I'm really happy that it doesn't change colour, because I love the colour that it is in this bottle. And yeah, it's a bit similar to Life Preserver, but it's got shimmer in it, so the fact that it's got shimmer in it makes it different. Right, where are we up to then? Okay, so let's go over, no, before we go to Coral Corner, let's just do a few ones that are different to everything else. So this is one of the OPI Brazils, Wedded Susie's Mango. Not a colour I would have much love for, but I'm keeping it for nail art. Revlon Streetwear, gosh, this is a blast from the past. So this is a really old polish, but a really gorgeous colour. I've got a couple of them that I got in some eBay bundles. This is lovely, quite a dark orange. It suits me. It's got lots of nice shimmer in it. Not getting rid of that one because it's quite unique. And then I've got a Luderana one with some holographic-y glitter in it. I've not worn this for a long time. I can probably get rid of that actually. Okay, right, let's go up to Coral Corner then and see what we've got. So we have 5 polishes here, which do indeed look quite similar. This one I don't like. It's an Andrea Fullerton one, but it's called Debbie, so that's the only reason I keep it. Also, it's a bit of a contrast to some of the colours, so that's why that one gets kept. This is another OPI Brazil. This was Two Can Do It If You Try. Again, this is in here as a contrast and as a nail art polish. So that leaves me with these 3, which are the ones that I really need to compare. So let me just create you a space there in the middle. So 3 polishes that look, oh bloody hell, that look really alike. Okay, so first of all, OPI Brazil Exhibit B, Live Love Carnival. Bondi Strawberry Fields, which actually is a little bit deeper. And Rococo Nail Apparel, which I got sent for review a couple of months ago. This is Hip Hop, and it's a really nice electric one on the nails. So, let's get a bit closer to them. They are really, really similar. So there's probably daylight just between the OPI and the Bondi, but not a lot between the OPI and the Rococo. So I think that means Rococo has to go-go. So that's my little D-stashes over there. Right, I'm just going to shovel this a little bit out of the way now. And then here we have the final one. So these are the orange glitters. I think you know from reading the blog that I've really fallen out of love with glitter polishes. So I don't think any/many of these have been bought recently, but we'll see. So Rainbow Honey Hoof Rustle. This was one of the very first oranges that I fell in love with. I love that it's a burnt orange. I've not worn it for 2 years, but hey, I love it. So keeping that one. This is Glimmer by Erica, Muy Caliente. Very special polish. I still remember seeing this being swatched by more nail polish and being just blown away. So that is a true fire glitter. You can wear it on its own or just add it to any mani to give it a touch of fire. So I'll be keeping that one. Then I have Accessorize, which is a British high street brand. They started doing some interesting quirky stuff a couple of years ago. And this is like a pastel burnt orange base with black speck glitter in it. This one is called, they've all got like garden names. This is Bumblebee, because so many bumblebees are orange, but really nice base, that one. Then I think this is the only enchanted polish I've kept. And this is Dizzy Miss Lizzie, which looks great actually, even though it has got bits of hairy glitter in it. It's not that I don't love enchanted polish. I think she makes some very nice stuff. I just cannot be arsed with all the hoopla around trying to get them, and then people selling them for $1 million a bottle. I just don't get it. So I got rid of all of mine. I found a lot of them were very, very similar to polishes that other people made anyway. So yeah, right. Oh, little bottle here from Lacquerhead Polish called Bewitched. I was sent this for review, wow, easily 18 months ago, and I've kept this. This is a good Halloweeny one. So this is mainly orange glitter dots and a few strands with little bits of purple and green flung in as well. Right, I need to make a decision about this one. This is Cult Nails Captivated. It's gorgeous, but I've not worn it in the longest time, and truth be told, the shade is probably slightly wrong for my skin tone. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous polish, but I don't know if I'll be keeping that one. Right, this is a China Glaze one called Dreamsicle. I have my lovely Polish mama Elizabeth Stern to thank for this one. She showed me this and got me hooked on it. And this is an orange with just look at all those dazzly little glitter pieces in it. So this is a fun polish to just throw on if you want a little brightness. And then two more. This is one of my polishes of last year, Darling Diva. This is Rupologize. When I wore this, I couldn't quite get it as opaque as I wanted it. So next time I'm going to put it over a cream base. But the shimmer in this is just amazing. It's not really showing up at this angle. But this is a stunning polish, as is pretty much everything that Carrie makes. And then the final one is from Superficially Colourful Lacquer, my good friend Jin. This one is called Daring. Now, this is a thermal. She told me it was a thermal, and it's orange, and oh, it's shimmery. Isn't that lovely? What she didn't tell me was that once the temperature of my nails changed, this was going to turn into yellow, my most hated colour. So we don't speak as often as we used to. But that said, this is a really good polish. Her thermals as well, what I like about them is they've got a, kind of a matte or a suede quality to them, which makes them very different to all the other thermals that you see. They're not glossy, although you can gloss them up. And I think that texture just really, really gives them a difference. So there we go. That's my oranges. So we've only really destashed 4.5, because maybe that one's going in there as well. I'm not sure. Which actually for me, when I do this kind of thing, that is not a lot to be getting rid of. It's quite pitiful, really. There are undoubtedly polishes in this pile that are still too similar. You know, we talked about those two, but one of them will be used for manis, and the China Glaze one will only ever really be used for nail art. But it's good to know that I now don't need a backup bottle of that, because when it runs out, I've still got the OPI to go for. So there we go. For me, that is quite a big orange collection. Orange is my go-to happy polish. If I need cheering up, it's absolutely the one that I go for. It really, really is a mood alterer. And as I said, there's still a few more tucked away in the Untrieds box, in the Hollow box. In fact, there's a lot of orange in the Hollow box. And there's also the Barry M box and the Kiko box and the Neon box and the Texture box. But, you know, if you liked this video and this way of doing the stash, then maybe you'll get to see what's in all of the boxes. So I hope you enjoyed that opportunity to be nosy. I'm sorry we didn't do more destashing, because I think that's quite an interesting thing to see somebody else do. But hopefully you recognise some polishes in there that you love as well. Maybe you saw some that you've never tried before that are now on your wish list. Whoopsie, sorry. So yeah, there we go. Please let me know in the comments whether you enjoyed the video, whether you like this way of doing it, and which box you want to see next. Bye for now.